This is Hollie's Mediation. So I do want to thank both you guys for joining me. I do know during our preliminary meetings, there was a couple concerns brought up, and so I'm excited to touch on those today. Before we do begin, I do want to make sure you both understand I am neutral. I won't be taking a side. I'm here just to kind of make sure the conversation navigates very pleasantly. There's going to be a couple little times where you may get a little uncomfortable just because there is conflict naturally, but we'll work through that together and kind of reword and just reapproach the situation so that we can kind of all work together. Let's see. So I do have you, Miss Donna, with me and Miss Kathy. Does everyone feel ready to kind of tackle and jump into this conversation?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Beautiful, beautiful. All righty. So let's start with Miss Kathy. Did you want to take me through kind of what you're seeing, what you're feeling?
I just would like an apology because I feel like I've been treated unfairly. And I understand that Donna has gone around and talked to the other employees, letting them know that she thinks I'm jealous of her. Well, Donna, you think I'm jealous of you. And that made me feel pretty sour.
Okay.
My turn to go.
That's a good way to start. All right. Donna, let's hear what you have to say, and we'll kind of meet in the middle here in a second.
Okay. So you're a new employee, and I was given a task to have you assist me on a project. Once shortly after the project was completed, there were, through the grapevine, people were telling me you took the credit for the project and didn't even include me into it. So at that point, I felt betrayed and withdrawn from everything. So at that point, I just wanted to complete the project by myself. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's a little inappropriate since we were supposed to be working together. And it seems like you've made an assumption. I mean, you know, there's always going to be company gossip, but just because of what you hear through the grapevine doesn't make it so. And you've never once approached me.
Yeah, I understand, because at that point, I just honestly just felt betrayed, but I get what you're saying. I agree that was on me to listen to gossip and not have you included in my thought process.
Well, I could feel better about the whole thing if you had apologized and we could start over.
I don't think the apology will benefit either of us. So probably benefit you, but I will also like an apology for not being able to get credit for the project we were supposed to do together.
Well, I've been with the company for 10 years now. And if it seems like you're refusing to work with me, I don't feel like I should apologize for that.
But I also think that we should both share credit for a project that we're doing together versus you taking all the credit.
I can't work with you if you don't, if you're refusing to work with me, I can't work with you. So I don't know what you wanted, but the project had to get done. So I still feel like if we're going to move forward, that you should apologize.
and I would like to use the mediator to help figure out a good common ground.
Okay, we can take a pause real quick, guys. So do we both feel properly trained going into this meeting? Before we look at apologies and kind of move for that, do you both feel equally prepared for what was expected from this upcoming project that we're having some issues with? So not the prior project, but just the current project. Let's try to look at the here and now before we kind of go backwards.
Well,
Because I do know the project. Mhm.
So
project is done, right? Donna?
yes, the project is done, but the task I had was, it was my project to begin with, and you were hired to
Mhm.
come on my project to assist me. But once it was done, you basically took all the credit, and I felt betrayed.
Well, I took the credit because I did the work, and we are teammates. So both of us were working on that project, but you refused. So
Okay. Okay, so looking at that, I can kind of see where we're coming from. Is there a way, so again, we can't take back what we've said, unfortunately, is there a way to kind of look at this as a growing process? We're gonna have more projects in the future. Is there a way that we can both identify where both parties, Miss Donna and Miss Kathy, can maybe approach our next project a little differently? So that way there's not so many high emotions and we can just focus on getting the work done. But everyone also trained properly so that you're able to lead your own projects in the future, need be.
Yeah, I agree that we can come to a common ground.
Okay. And again, that we can touch on the apology in a second, but just kind of to at least get some common ground going real quick. So let's see. So do we think it was more of a communication issue on both sides, guys, or maybe was it a time issue? Is there maybe just misunderstanding on the expectations that were set up prior to starting the project?
Yeah, I think probably like a little bit everything, if Kathy agrees.
Okay. And
Okay.
what are you thinking up there as well? Or
you know, Donna, you refused to work on the project with me. So that was the deal. And I finished the project. So going forward, if we're going to work, if we have to work together on a project, then we both have to do the project.
I hear what you're saying. I feel like I put just enough effort, as much as you did.
okay. So going forward, if we were given a second chance to do a different project together, to both train together, do we feel comfortable working with each other, communication wise, expectation wise? Because we will have more of these projects in the future. This was meant for a good training point. So Miss Kathy, we were trying to get you kind of fully trained to understand the project, but again, it sounds like maybe we had a miscommunication. You weren't able to train fully on that project, unfortunately, because Donna did complete it and the project was completed. However, if we were given the task over again, do we think there could be a common ground where we can kind of normally work together without so many maybe high emotions or miscommunications? Is there maybe a spot where we were feeling that was missed?
Right. Well, I'm willing to work with Donna as long as she's willing to work with me, but I'm not willing to sacrifice the project. So
Okay.
if there's a project deadline,
Mm-hmm.
and it needs to be completed by that time, and I've been here long enough that if we're both going to work together, then fine. But if a project is not going to be sacrificed because one or the other of us won't work together. So I agree to work with Donna going forward.
Okay. Okay. Can you both kind of give me a solution that you're hoping will come from this meeting, other than working working together because again, that's what we want, but do you both have something in mind what you would like to happen? Other than an apology, because I think maybe there's still a little bit miscommunication and a little bit of heightened emotions there, which is good to get out so everyone's on the same page. But ideally, was there a different outcome you guys would like to have seen from meeting with each other and kind of trying to get on the same page?
Maybe just coming out with a task, a daily task, like for the next upcoming project I will take this load and probably Kathy will take the other load, and then we'll collaborate together instead of one person think it's doing more work than the other, so we can come to agreement to what tasks we need to do for each other, split it down the middle, and then put those tasks, put it together and make the project work. If Kathy agrees to that.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
Okay. So we may not be able to get on the same page and get an apology. However, we can at least look forward and know it's a positive upcoming. Okay, we're able to work with each other. We can learn from each other. That was the whole point of the project. We definitely wanted to meet that deadline. It did happen. We had a little hiccups. It's been a learning experience for everybody. I'm not sure the new dates for this upcoming project that's about to begin, and I'm not sure if you guys are working on it together. However, for the next upcoming project where you are teamed together, I do want to make myself available if you feel like something is not going the way that you've agreed. Someone's not working with somebody, there's no communication, we're losing time, the project's starting to get jeopardized. Do you both feel comfortable reaching back out to me when that project does occur?
Sure.
Okay, perfect, absolutely. Okay, so I want to thank you both for coming in. I understand there's not going to be a positive, concrete resolution, unfortunately, at this time. However, I do think this next upcoming project you're paired together will kind of end up a lot more positive, work well. And we will follow up again once that project's planned. If you want to meet up prior to the project beginning to kind of make sure everybody's on the same ground rules and we have the same expectations, we can do that. Otherwise, I will follow up about mid that project. So I'll just keep an ear out for those dates, okay?
Okay.
Thank you both for coming. You reach out if you need anything at all.
Thank you.